just so we can establish this. Look, it's a little bit unclear, as Josh was saying, what exactly happened here. The judge did sign an order here before the hearing even began, and then he issued the oral order, and then there was the written order, and then the final flight departed there.
Why do they want people that are illegally here? Because at this point, you still committed a crime at this point.
True.
So they can be deported anyway. So what is the argument here? What is he doing that isn't legal?
The Constitution of the United States. Article 3, Section 1, the judicial power of the United States shall be vested in one Supreme Court and in such inferior courts as the Congress may time to time ordain and establish. One of those inferior courts happens to be the entire district court apparatus. Okay.
So politically, let us not pretend that Democrats have not in the past stated that a president of their party should not ignore judges. I remember AOC just a year or two ago talking about President Biden should ignore the ruling for judges as it pertains to forgiving student debt. There were a lot of Democrats who made that argument at the time. I disagreed.
Man, I just want to point out, you see her head? That's the beginning stages, the starting stage one of bald-headed reasoning. Okay, all this stuff that she be talking is just eating at it. I'm just letting you know that's the beginning stages. I wanted you to see the signs. You always get to see the finished product, but I wanted you to see the beginning. I'm good.
Did you say this is the beginning stage of bald-headed reasoning?
It's the beginning stages. She sits on CNN night after night defending all of this liberal stuff. Okay. She started out with a healthy hair head. It was healthy. I see the line. All that liberalism will do that to you. Bald-headed reasoning. It's starting. That's stage one. I just wanted you to see it because you usually see like stage 4. That's stage 1.
I catch it before it's too late. Before at the moment where they only wear hair hats with barber parts in it. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for that lesson. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
With that said, earlier today, we had Roberto Gonzalez on, former AG under George W. Bush, who was pretty clear. He didn't necessarily agree with the post from the president, but he said from his opinion as an attorney, he's almost certain that the Supreme Court would agree that the president has the authority to absolutely ship these criminals out of our country. And the fact that Democrats want to die on this issue, more power to them. More power to them. This is not a winning issue for Democrats.
It's the process that we have in our country that is democracy. It's easy to make this case be the test case because it is, as Scott likes to say, an 80-20 issue, right? And we're not dying on the Hill. We're trying to protect our Constitution. So the judge makes a ruling. It could go to the appellate. It could go to the Supreme Court. And when that ruling comes down, people should follow the law. Former presidents and current presidents. But it doesn't mean that the president gets to have an order by decree just because he was elected by a majority of Americans. He can govern, but we have 3 branches of government for a reason.
He has an argument to make, though, which is that these people are effectively transnational terrorists, and if they were Hamas or ISIS or anyone else, we wouldn't wait around 4 years for 100 judges to weigh in.
I think the question is, where is the right place to make that argument? And of course, Donald Trump would prefer to make that argument on Fox News and in the political arena and on X, where he has the advantage. And I think what John Roberts is saying is, no, that will actually be decided in the legal process because that's the way our government is set up. Now, is that going to be the way that it's ultimately decided? We don't know. That's the battle that's going on because we're in an unprecedented situation where the president of the United States is at least threatening, if not outright, defying court orders.
He said the opposite on Fox tonight. He said he would not defy court orders.
Yeah, he says a lot of things.
And he said he never would.
Yeah, but the facts of whether or not he actually defied that court order are still being investigated, and we just don't know yet.
Yeah, but the plane was already in the air. Were they supposed to magically just turn around and bring these people back?
Maybe.
And I have a very serious question here. Yeah. Does the president not have any authority to protect American citizens?
Of course he does.
Let me put up the timeline for 1 second here, just so we can establish this. Look, it's a little bit unclear, as Josh was saying, what exactly happened here. The judge did sign an order here before the hearing even began, and then he issued the oral order, and then there was the written order, and then the final flight departed there.
All right, so time out. So he signed an order before noon. He issued a written order temporarily blocking deportations. All right. So is that enough to not move forward? If you move forward from that point, are you breaking the law?
According to AOC, if they do not have a written warrant, you do not have to comply with anything.
Okay. So
He didn't have a written nothing. Okay. Now they can still appeal it, right? Which would have still allowed them to go, right? Because they have an appellate process. So at the end of the day, he can't stop nothing. You can't just tell me, I'm the president. I'm the president of the United States. You can't just tell me, stop the planes.
all right. So he told Trump to stop the plane before noon. Then they went to have their hearing at 5. But by 5:26, the first 2 planes were already leaving.
Yes. So he wanted Donald Trump to stop sending planes and wait until
His ruling.
his hearing later. My guy. You got to be smoking. You have to be smoking to think that you're going to tell the president of the United States, yeah, calm down, chill out, wait.
Yeah, it looked like he really believing in his own power because then at 6:45 he verbally tells DOJ lawyers to turn around the planes, and that's what Shermichael was just now saying. He was like, "Whoa, we already in the air. We supposed to turn around because a judge said turn around? We're doing exactly what we're supposed to do. We're taking them back to where they came." And then the judge sends a written order to formally, and he formally posted it on the internet. He posted it online. Like, I told them to stop this. By that time, the 3rd plane departed, and both of the planes landed in.
Mind you, they're doing all of this for 5 people. 5.
We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from 0 to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week. And you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.
This is about 5 illegal immigrants. 5 of them. You want me to turn this whole plane around for 5 people that you're looking for. Mind you, the 5 people weren't even on the plane.
Wow.
The people that they were looking for weren't even on the plane. It's just, it's so, like, it's so stupid. And when you think about it, why would they want those people to stay here? I don't even care if they weren't criminals. Why do they want people that are illegally here? Because at this point, you still committed a crime at this point.
True.
So they can be deported anyway. So what is the argument here? What is he doing that isn't legal? You come here illegally, you get deported. Barack Obama told you that. Okay? You come here illegally, we will deport you. Mañana.
That means tomorrow. Mañana.
And I hate that they keep trying to say, oh, this is your girl. She said it's a zombie law. What's a zombie law? If it's a law, it's a law. If it's on the books, it's on the books. And if that's the case, the whole daggone country is a zombie law. Because it was, how old is the Constitution?
Wow.
It's a living document, right? So there is no zombie. Like, that woman says she's an attorney, but I think she went to the same school as Kamala because somebody took that class for them. I'm convinced they had the same person that Megan Thee Stallion used.
Meg, she did get her degrees while she was touring the world, doing her album. So
yeah, you did a whole tour talking about you was doing schoolwork. No, you wasn't. It's okay. You rich, pay for it.
Hey, do your thing.
Crockett must have did the same thing. I know Kamala did.
They said zombie law is the 1984 joint. Okay. See, I got a lot to learn. And again, guys, I am literally a novice when it comes to this politics stuff. So I'm learning on the fly. I'm learning a lot from this young lady right here. She's teaching me a lot. So I appreciate you.
So there was a flight that departed after, which now the Trump administration is saying did not have anyone on it that was on it solely because of the Alien Enemies Act. But
Right.
But
So we need to find out what the ground truth is. But on a broader scale, the president would love to bully everybody into doing what he wants. He can bully Congress pretty easily. He can bully business leaders. But there are two things he can't bully. He can't bully the markets. Markets are going to do what the market's going to do. It's like shouting at the rain to stop. And he can't bully the judges, or at least we don't know if he can.
Stop saying he's a bully, man. It's so gay. I mean, he's the president. He's supposed to do what he do. He's being an actual president. We were so used to that sucker sugar honey iced tea we dealt with for the last 4 years that we're not used to seeing a man take over again. Come on now. Bully. Kiss my ass talking about bully.
And those are the two things where actually we might have institutions that are going to say, wait a second, it doesn't matter what Donald Trump says on TV or on X or on Fox News. There's a ground truth here. It'll be litigated. And no amount of scare tactics and pressure tactics is going to change that.
But
That's the line in the sand John Roberts draws. It's a good line to draw.
First of all, it's an extraordinary thing. It is an extraordinary thing that Chief Justice Roberts spoke out against Donald Trump. I've never in my lifetime seen a Chief Justice issue a statement in response to a president. In this situation, he was calling for the president is calling to impeach a judge just because he disagreed with the ruling. And I think we should recognize that is unprecedented. And I hope the courts...
Who appointed John Roberts?
John Roberts, this is not the first time that John Roberts has issued a statement about President Trump. And how many times have we had Democrats issue statement after statement when the Supreme Court rules in a way that they don't
Okay, this
like?
is ridiculous.
Impeaching
Democrats. We're talking
Thomas
about...
Clarence. Clarence Thomas.
There's a difference.
Oh, here's the reason.
There's a difference, actually. I think it's a bit hypocritical.
It's not at all.
There is one Chief Justice, and that is the one who spoke, not a Democrat, not a talking head. The Chief Justice spoke and said, we have a process. Now, let's just be honest with the American people right now, and that Donald Trump is using these cases to invoke his base. They aren't stupid. They're selecting certain cases that have a political lens to it, and they're testing the bounds.
All right. Yeah, she tried to all lives matter that. She tried to get him to focus only on Trump.
I told you. That's what they do. We're not talking about the Democrats.
They so full of it, man. I don't know who to trust when it comes to them. I'm so serious, man.
Trust and Democrats should never be in the same sentence.
You said trust and Democrats should never be in the same sentence? So you don't trust no Democrats?
No.
Not one?
Not one.